So this is not Bible. This is not something that you have to live by. I'm just telling you what has worked for me. And as you can see, I do have a lot of hair. People that's been on my channel for a long time know that I have a lot of hair. And it's not so much about the length, it's about the health of it. I have a lot of healthy hair. My hair is not breaking off, it's not falling off. The only problem I have is like sometimes if I go outside in my car and I'm not paying attention and I'm sitting on it, or I slap my hair in the car door. The other day I got caught on the knob on my door. Yeah, I still have a car with knobs. It's not that old of a car, but to get that, it was cheaper. But it grabbed my hair, and you know, it's just stuff that I have to be mindful of. What I love about having like just super thick hair is I just like the way it looks. I just like a mane. I like my crown to be like a lion. You know, just, you know, if I want it to be just like real full, you know, I might spritz it with a little distilled water or so and just let it just, you know, thicken up. ACV rinses are something that I do maybe twice a year, and that fluffs it out a lot to me. It really, you know, because anytime you go outside, I mean, always there's some type of dust or particles. That's unavoidable. But if I'm in the house, or if I'm going outside, sometimes I always wear like a cap, cover my hair almost completely. I mean, well, not almost completely with a King James cap. And I talk about that on other videos or so. And, you know, basically, you know, just use the most natural things that I can use when I need to use something on my hair, like coconut oil, jojoba oil, and distilled water, like I said before. A lot of these things I'm just going over and repeating, because you're going to see both videos and you're going to see how alike we are, but how different we are, but how, you know, it's the same difference. Everybody on my channel doesn't have like super thick hair, and you know, it might be a nice little difference to see somebody else who has like really fine hair, you know, and maybe check out her channel. You might want to check out some nutrition as well. I try to do nutrition on my channel. It doesn't seem to be well received, but again, you know, I haven't really pushed it that much to but interest people in, you know, the healthy part of it, which is a major part of this whole lifestyle, this whole journey. You know, I'm really happy to be collabing with someone else. Hopefully you will like, and I'm sure you will, definitely, not hopefully, will like this queen's information that she gives out, because it's exactly like mine. It's just that we look different, we're in different parts of the world, and you know, I have super thick locks, super thick dreadlocks, and she has super thin, as she calls it, teeny weeny flats, and I have flats as well, a lot of flats, dreadlocks. Get some kind of length. But I'm just going along, you know, with the process. I don't see me cutting them, because it's just, I love the energy of it. I was very concerned because this is so spacey here. Oh, and in terms of flat locks, a lot of them are going to be flat. So where they might not have a lot of circumference, especially I can see it more with the ones that have joined together. A lot of them, I think all of my hair is going to grow in flat. So yeah, all of these flatten out because it's not a lot of dent. It's not very dense. So to go from twisting to flat locks doesn't make a lot of sense, because then it gets a weird shape, and I really want them to be strong. But definitely, pretty much if I were to wash and lay down, everything is going flat. So again, it's just a journey in acceptance. So
And you just have to accept your own individual hair. So maybe this one you can see more. They're just growing in flat as they join together. And when I lay on it, if it's damp, they just flatten out. So I'm okay. It's like, it's really interesting to see. Yeah, look at this. They're flat. There's a bunch of flat locks. What they're going to turn into. So this is how they have come to be. And I am a long cord. I really, I enjoy my crown. I enjoy my cat crown. If there's, when it was low, when it was double strand twists. I loved all the different stages of it. So, and again, I don't know how many they are. I don't feel so preoccupied with them, with how many they are. As long as they're healthy and they're light and free, I'm just so interested to see how they grow and how long. And I really wanted them to be this, wanted some length. I want experienced length because it was so short before. So, but I'm going along for whatever it shows me. So when I put it up or pull it back when I'm in the garden or when I'm exercising, all of this is very tender. So again, my hair does not like to be pulled. So these are my thin locks, or I would say fine, because I like to put always positive language. But they're not very thick at all. They're very thin. Some are like super, super thin, and I am in full acceptance. I'm not into trying to make it at this point something that it's not. And it's something so psychologically freeing with just accepting your hair as it comes out of your scalp and just kind of just going along with what it's doing. So these are my thin or fine locks. Some people would say 4C, coarse, kinky hair, so it's tightly coiled, a lot of shrinkage. Yeah, and I'm cool with it, and I'm just really appreciative to have some hair that's healthy and just see what it does. You know, I just marvel at this gift of a body temple right there.
So again, this was like something we have been trying to do for a long, long time, and I never had time to really get it together. And so finally I had a day after a long hour and 50-minute, we had a Q&A live today, live on Sundays, every Sunday at 4 p.m. Central Savings Time. Only time I probably won't have it if it's like, if it's New Year's Eve or something like that, or if it's Christmas Eve. If it's a holidays Eve or so, then that will probably be a day that I won't have one. But other than that, I've already scheduled the next one for next week. Come in, we chat about a lot of different things. It's a negative-free zone. This whole channel is a negative-free zone. Let me make sure I say that. No tolerance, zero tolerance for nonsense, trolling, people saying negative things to any of my kings and queens, my royals, myself. Your comments will be deleted. If you're in the room while we're doing a Q&A live, you will be blocked. And, you know, if further things need to be done, like if it was that bad, and I can find a way of reporting you, I will. But most of the time, trolls just have like accounts that they set up for a few days, and then they don't care whether it's dropped off or anything. But anyway, back to this. That's basically it. You're gonna see two different people living in two different places, both doing the same things, saying the same things about how they care for their hair, and seeing the difference in how our hair is. Doesn't mean that her hair is less healthy. Doesn't mean that my hair is more healthy. It just means that I choose to have thicker dreads and she chooses to have thinner ones. Or her hair is finer than mine. And I chose to let mine actually just be thicker too. I combined mine to make the size, because my size was smaller. My size was like, it started off like about this. This was the size all over. But my hair thickness is the amount of hair per square inch. That means how much density you have. That's density, the amount of hair per square inch. So I happen to have a lot of hair per square inch, so my hair is it's going to be a lot anyway, even if I chose to keep it my ends thin like this, or keep my hair thin like this all over, I would still have a lot more hair than the other queen will. So I don't want to make this video too long because you have to watch her as well. All right, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. I'm up to 3,895 subscribers, and most of my viewers are not subscribers. So let's get up to 4,000 in the next couple weeks. If some of you all would subscribe that haven't subscribed yet, let's do that. Thumbs up the video if you would like to see collabs with other people. And that's it. Thank you so much for checking us out. I know it wasn't a whole lot, but again, it's my first collab with somebody, so I didn't want to dominate. And as I saw her video, you know, we just both kept it very simple, which is how we choose to take care of our hair as well. Very simple. The less amount of stuff, the better. The least amount of stress and worrying, the better. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching. See you on the next video. See you on the next collab, possibly. And definitely see you on the next live chat. Blessings.
So I do, so you can see my hair is still dripping and it's wet, but it's actually drying pretty fast. And I've observed that it dries pretty fast because there's no products in it. And I do drink lots of water, as well as I ensure that I get a lot of hydration through my food. So this was, or is a recycled cider vinegar bottle, and I know that it's 32 ounces. So this is my second one so far today. And this one has fresh ginger and fresh ground cinnamon in it. So I like everything coming from my own food prep area. So I like to be hydrated, right? Because I know that most of the body is water. So in addition to this, I can have at least 3 to 4 of these, and I find it's easier for me to, I don't have a problem with drinking water, but I do find it more pleasant when I add either fresh red raspberry leaf, which is a good tea for the feminine presence, right, for our body, for women, and also ginger is very warming, especially as we go into the colder months. It's warm here, but there's a season during rainy season where it gets chilly a little bit at night, and I'm extremely sensitive to cold temperatures. Like, it really hurts on my fingertips. So I eat lots of ginger and all different types of hot pepper because I enjoy it, but also to stay warm. So I enjoy fresh ginger, the fresh whole ginger, and fresh ground cinnamon. I like everything. I'm also a big time foodie, and I'm also professionally trained as a chef. So I enjoy fresh ingredients. So that's what I have here. And this is my second bottle today. And also I eat lots of cucumbers, which has water in it, natural Mother Nature's filtered water, lots of tomatoes, lots of zucchini, looking over at my fruit and vegetable area, lots of fresh. There's a little area of a lawn, and I actually turned it into like a garden. So I have some fresh kale and some collards coming up, and I'm looking forward to growing some cucumbers and tomatoes. But I like to get a lot of hydration also from my food, because we know that's going to directly affect the skin and the nails and the hair, right? So all those nutrients can travel through the capillaries and the arteries and come right up to the scalp. Yes, I love hydration. So as you can see, with very flat locks, well, the locks are very flat. The water is still damp from being rinsed, weighs it down, so it's not like super dense and full, right? When you have very fine locks, they can have a tendency to be flat. Some people like to sleep with curlers and other things. I've tried that, and little bumps, you know, Nubian bumps and all that stuff, or Bantu knots. But I really, like, my head is so tender that curls and all those things, they feel extremely uncomfortable. So a lot of times I'll just leave it just like just like this, pretty simple and plain. But it's not a lot of volume, you know, to it. So again, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. But it's drying, as we sit here, it's actually drying pretty fast, and it's going to become more and more frizzy. And that's, again, a lot of folks fight the frizz and want the laid edges, but also want to keep the hair that is on the outskirts. I want to keep it. So my hair does not like all the pulling stuff. So again, having fine locks, it's not, it'll have a tendency to lay across the flat to the head, but definitely as it dries, being semi-free form, you get nice, more fluffiness. So it will start to look, whatever the fullest is going to look, maybe lift up a little bit, but it will fluff out just as maximum as it can, look more full, because it's not being twisted. So the twisting, I found, gives it weak spots and makes it lay down flat. Whereas if I just let that fro grow and do its own thing and just separate it just a little bit, then it gives it a look of more fullness, which is what many folks desire when you have very fine, thin locks. You see they merge together really, really easily. And I definitely would say the more I rinse it and keep it clean, the more easily they join together, because my hair has no problem tangling. You know, that's another reason, a good reason, folks with thin hair, it's a plus to go into locks, because when it's fine and you want to experience just the length of your hair, it's just detangling the hair from the crown. I find that you lose a lot of hair. So even though I had spent so much money back in the day on really good, you know, looking at YouTube channels, buying really good combs and things like that, it just became a lot just to detangle it the longer and longer it got. And I actually, even though I have a couple of caps, cloth tubes and caps that I like to wear, especially when I'm in the garden, because dust and dirt and little things hanging off the trees, or sometimes different things can definitely get caught in your hair when you're working inside the garden, or if you're in the city, I would think dust. So I do wear those things from time to time, because now it's got a little length now, so now it starts to get in my face as I'm sweating or exercising. However, I have to say I don't really sleep with anything on my head. I don't know, for some people that flatters me, you know, every now and once in a while, but I like the feeling of being free, not being weighed down with a whole bunch of jewelry and stuff on me. I like to be free. And I haven't really experienced a problem with, you know, from time to time I will put on a little, you know, one of those stocking caps or a little stretchy tube around my hair. I'm the type of person that doesn't like a whole bunch of hats, scarves, and feel like I'm weighed down a lot of stuff. I want to feel like I can breathe. Most of the folks that I see on YouTube really don't desire flat locks. I've pretty much surrendered to it because that's what the hair is doing. But I would definitely have to say, with fine, very fine hair and very fine locks, I think that the flatness, even though it won't have a lot of volume, I think that the flatness actually contributes to it looking like more hair, if you will, because then it starts to get wider. So some of my locks that are so tiny, like not even pencil thin, that are so tiny, I think they start to look more full as I let them just grow. You know, the two very small ones. So as they start to flatten out, I think they look full. I think they look fuller, and I think they'll definitely be fluffier and not as dense. So I think that's definitely a benefit to free-forming or semi-free-forming, is not twisting it. They can definitely have a fuller appearance. So even though this is flat, coming in flat, that's a big difference in the size. It's a huge difference in the size. I'm trying to find some that are like, some that are so teeny tiny. I'm like, well, I wonder how long that one is going to last. You know, so I just feel just very relaxed with my hair and comfortable. I'm really enjoying my crown.